to hidden world facts. Right now, the entire world is moving through a period of intense global tension. Nations are on high alert, and the biggest question everyone is asking is this: will the conflict between Iran, Israel, and the United States stop, or will it grow into something bigger? But while the world is watching this crisis unfold, there is one country that has been quietly gaining a major advantage. That country is Russia. And today we will look at something very interesting, even US. President Donald Trump recently made a statement that surprised many people around the world. He said that sanctions on Russian oil have been temporarily lifted. Why? According to him, the reason is simple. The global oil market needs stability, and oil must remain available to all countries. But he also added something important. He said that once the Middle East crisis is over, sanctions on Russian oil could be reimposed again. What this effectively means is that the United States has indirectly opened the door for Russia to earn billions of dollars during this crisis. But how did this situation become possible? Let's understand. Russia's oil advantage. Previously, Western countries had imposed restrictions on Russian oil. One of the main rules was that Russian oil could not be sold above $60 per barrel. Because of this restriction, Russia reduced exports to many European countries and instead began storing large quantities of oil. Millions of barrels were kept in reserve. Now suddenly, the Middle East crisis has disrupted global oil supply. Important shipping routes such as the Strait of Hormuz are under serious risk, and several countries are struggling to transport their oil safely. But Russia is in a different position. Russia can still move its oil through alternative routes. And the oil that Russia had been storing for months is now extremely valuable. And now the crisis has turned into a massive financial opportunity. Ukraine's response. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has also spoken about the situation. He says that because the world's attention has shifted to the Middle East crisis, the peace talks between Russia and Ukraine have effectively collapsed. Previously, there were discussions about a peace plan and security guarantees. But now those negotiations appear to be dead. According to Zelensky, the United States is currently focused mainly on Iran and Israel, not on ending the Russia-Ukraine war. Israel's missile defense problem. At the same time, Israel has sent an urgent message to the United States. According to reports, Israel's interceptor missile stockpile is running dangerously low. Iran has reportedly been launching cluster missiles and multiple warhead systems. That means one missile can split into 10 or more warheads in the air, making it extremely difficult for air defense systems to intercept them. To stop each incoming threat, Israel must launch multiple interceptor missiles. Because of this, their stockpile is decreasing rapidly. This raises a serious question: can the United States quickly produce enough interceptor missiles? Or will negotiations with Iran become necessary? Iran's position. Iran has made its position very clear. Iran says that peace talks will not even be considered until the war ends. They are demanding two things: 1. Full compensation for war damages from enemy countries. 2. Guarantees that such conflicts will never happen again in the future. Until those conditions are met, Iran says the conflict will continue. Internet blackout in Iran. Another important development is happening inside Iran itself. For more than 16 days, the country has been under a massive internet blackout. This means millions of people inside Iran currently have very limited access to the outside world. Ukraine's new deal in the Middle East. Meanwhile, Ukraine is also trying to take advantage of the situation. Reports say Ukrainian military engineers are currently training soldiers in Jordan, teaching them how to operate advanced drone systems. Ukraine is offering drone technology to Middle Eastern countries. In return, they are asking for financial support and advanced technology from the United States and regional partners. This could turn into a major defense deal in the near future. economic shock around the world. The war is also affecting the global economy. In the United States, housing prices have now reached levels similar to the famous 2006 housing bubble, which eventually led to the global financial crisis. Experts are worried that another housing bubble may be forming in 2026. But interestingly, the opposite is happening in the Middle East. In places like Dubai, real estate prices have reportedly fallen by nearly 33%. This means wealthy investors are losing money, while in the United States middle-class families are struggling to buy homes at all. A drone over a U.S. base. One of the most shocking developments happened recently in Iraq. An Iranian FPV drone reportedly flew over a U.S. military base. What surprised analysts the most is that no interceptor missile was launched to stop it. The drone flew freely over the base, recording fuel tankers, equipment areas, and other targets. This raises serious concerns about U.S. defense readiness. The nuclear question, some media outlets have even suggested a frightening possibility. If the conflict continues to escalate and the United States feels cornered, there could be discussions about using low-yield tactical nuclear weapons. If that ever happens, it could become one of the most dangerous wars. The global oil game. Finally, there is another major geopolitical move happening quietly. The United States is planning to import oil from Venezuela, refine it, and export it globally. But here's the problem. American refineries are mostly designed to process light sweet crude oil. However, Venezuelan oil is medium sour crude, which requires different refining technology. This is where India's Reliance Industries comes into the picture. Reliance has significant experience in refining medium and heavy crude oil. Because of this expertise, the company is reportedly partnering with the United States in a massive deal worth hundreds of billions of dollars. This partnership could reshape the global energy market. So when we look at the bigger picture, we see that this crisis is not just about war. It's also about energy, economics, global power, and strategy. And while the world watches the battlefield, the real game may actually be happening in the global oil market. If you found this explanation helpful, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hidden World Facts. Thank you for watching.